Hi, in this week's episode, we are looking at wolves in sheep's clothing and the lessons within that for empaths and spiritual beings on the journey of ascension. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Hi, and welcome back. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so the wolves in sheep's clothing. And if you're an empath, if you're highly sensitive, if you're a starseed, if you're any of these spiritual names, labels that we actually give out on the spiritual journey, a big proportion of your life, there will have been wolves in your energetic fields, people that have intentionally set out to steer you onto the wrong path or to create mental chaos and emotional turmoil in your life. Now, this could be parents, this could be siblings, this could be friends, this could be other members of family, this could be your lovers. And this occurs, and it's the one thing, because I used to sit there for years and go, why do these people keep coming onto my radar? And the why was, it's because it was a lesson. Yes, there were some karmic cycles that needed clearing. There were energies that needed to be eradicated from my energetic body. But the biggest thing was, for me, the lesson in it all was for me to learn discernment, for me to trust my intuition, to trust those instant reactions that I energetically had to people. And if you've been on this journey any time, you will know that you will be in the company of somebody new and you go, "Ooh," your energetic body kind of pulls back and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up on end. And you will also know that being on the spiritual journey, we actually go, okay, why have they triggered you? What is in there for you to learn? What is in there for you to acknowledge about yourself? And that's all very true. But we need to gain the discernment not to actually invite those people into our lives until we've actually sorted through this. Because very often, yes, there will be, if you've been triggered, there will be a lesson in there. But there's also the lesson of the discernment, also the lesson of trusting yourself, knowing yourself enough that if your energetic body reacts in that way, that there will be good reason. Your higher self is alerting you to a reason. And many of you would have heard me use the phrase new levels, new devils. And as you go up through, as you work through the personal development of the spiritual pathway, and you keep ascending to the next level and the next level and the next level, what you will actually find is there are darker energies that will come after you for whatever reason, whether they are a part of a karmic cycle, part of a life, a past life issue that needs to be cleaned and cleared, or whether it's because of ancestral stuff that's gone on that you're completely unaware about at that time. You get to know about it as you further progress, because you start to ask the questions, okay, is this mine? Does this belong to me? No. Okay, is this part of my ancestral lineage? And you will get to know what it's all about and get to break those cycles. But it's about the discernment. That's what I want this video to be. It's having the discernment to go, okay, there is a lesson in this for me. I choose to learn the lesson, but I choose not to invite these people into my energetic field. Now, if you've been watching me for some time, you will know that I've always said people with narcissistic traits and narcissistic personality disorders are very attracted to empaths. They're attracted to the light. They're attracted to the energy because they're not generating it themselves. It's a feeding ground. You become a feeding ground for them. Now, we could sit there and proportion blame and shame, but those are not conducive with where you're going in on your being on your spiritual path. The blame and shame serves to lower your frequencies, and so we want to step away from that, and we want to go, okay, I've invited, for whatever reason, because I was carrying something in the past, because I've carried something in a past life, because my ancestors have done something, or because I'm carrying something now, that they're still feeling that they can come into my energetic sphere. If you've been doing the personal journey, if you've been doing the work, and these people are still coming onto your energetic sphere and they're still coming towards you, it's because the divine is trying to teach you the lesson of discernment, to teach you the lesson of trust, to teach you the understanding that you deserve better. And that's not because you're better. It's because you've been doing the personal work and you've been putting in the time and the investment into yourself to get yourself onto a solid ground. Now, these energies come towards you to try and knock you off of that solid ground, because on the spiritual realm, we are at spiritual war. And I've talked about this many, many times. And if you start to stand on a solid ground and you become very firm, that's when your true ascension is really going to start coming to you. That is when your gifts are going to fully open up to you. That is when you are going to be able to bring monumental light and magic into this world, onto the 3D plane. And they don't want that because they can't exist there. When you're of such a low vibration, you can't exist in the light. And so energies will come towards you to try and take you off of your light. Energies will come towards you to create that mental confusion, create that emotional chaos. And it's your responsibility to go, actually, I don't need that in my life. Actually, that's absolutely fine. I wish you well. I send you healing from afar. But you're not part of my journey anymore, or you're not going to be part of my journey. Now, I'm not allowing you into my field. I am not judging you. I am not blaming you. I am not shaming you, but we are at different levels. And it's not a hierarchical thing. It's understanding your frequency and getting to the point that you only interact energetically with people that are on your own vibration, and everybody else you shut out. You put the boundaries up. This is your responsibility. Now, it takes time. It's a process, and I fully understand that when it comes to family, it's really quite it's a balancing act, because you love them, but actually you need to put boundaries in place. You can still interact with them, but you don't interact with them energetically. You, in the sense that you invite them into your energetic field. Obviously, when we communicate, that is a form of energetic resonance. So there is a little bit of energetic interaction there, but you're not inviting them into your sacred hub. And this is where you need to really start to take the responsibility, to really start to get to know yourself, to really cut the cords with people that don't resonate on your frequency. That doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're even carrying any negative traits. It could be that they are a most beautiful soul and they're on their spiritual journey, but they're not at the same frequency as you. In which case, you hold space, you champion them, you will them on, you give them extra love and light so that they can rise, but you don't invite them into your energetic body. and you get yourself in a position where you're not perfect. None of us are perfect. We're light beings having a human experience, for the fact that we can learn and grow, and we can fall over, and we can graze our knees, and we can get it wrong, because we learn from all of those. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, but what you are wanting to attain is a level of personal understanding of yourself, and allowing yourself the privilege of knowing what you deserve. And especially, this is especially prevalent in women, because there have been lots and lots of work, because the divine feminine is such a powerful entity. There has been lots and lots of work done over the generations to stop us believing that we have the right to stand in our power, to demand what we deserve. We've been told it's egotistical, it's selfish, it's that, but we do have to be mindful that we're not coming from an egotistical place. We do have to be mindful that we are not exerting our power in a very negative way. But we also have to be mindful that we're not playing small, and we're not playing into the matrix that has been created for us, that stops us from taking ownership of who we are and what we deserve. And so if you are finding yourself struggling with lots of negative people and energies in your life, then take a breath, step back, and ask yourself, what was within you that you allowed them into your energetic body? What program, what belief were you running that made you lower your standards, lower your vibration? Was it the desire to fit in? Was it because you didn't believe you had the right to demand what you give? Are you struggling with reciprocity? Are you struggling with receiving? What's going on that is occurring in your body, in your mind, in your soul, that you continue to invite these people into your life? And we're not talking about the past. We're not talking about where you've been. Nobody could have had more than their fair share of narcissistic relationships. I'm going to put my hands up to that. I had to learn the lessons of self-value, of self-worth, of self-love, and reciprocity. I had to learn how valuable my energetic frequency was, even when it was at its lowest. Other people could see where it was going, and because of that, they were attacking me, and I was kind of there going, what was going on? I had absolutely no idea. And this is what you need to take into account. Some of these negative energies and entities know your spiritual pathway before you do, and they will work to try and take you off course. This is why self-love, self-development is so important. You have to get yourself into a place and a space where you're on a solid foundation, and then you can actually see the bigger picture of what's going on, what's happening, what's occurring in your life. And so I wanted to get on here. I wanted to share that. Be aware that there are many wolves out there snapping at your ankles, pretending to be sheep. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling drained, if you're putting in the time and the work and the effort to build your energetic fields, to do the inner work, the introspection, that shadow work. You've been doing the healing, but you're still feeling drained. I can guarantee you somebody is siphoning your energy. Somebody is in your energetic field siphoning your energy. It's your responsibility to take a breath, to step back, to actually look at the dynamics of all your relationships and take note. You don't have to take action immediately, but you need to take note. You need to be aware of what's going on in your energetic body. And if your intuition goes, I think it might be them, trust that, listen to that, and observe that. Create situations where you are alone with them, especially if it's somebody that you usually meet in a group setting. Orchestrate a situation where you can meet with them on one-on-one, or have a telephone conversation or a meeting with them. Put your boundaries in place before you go, but be aware of how you feel. Now, that's not to say they're a bad person. Let's stay away from the shame and the blame, or putting ourselves on a pedestal going, oh, I'm far more advanced than them. I've seen so many spiritual practitioners do that. And that is such a low vibrating frequency. You're putting yourselves at risk of attracting entities and negative energies when you actually do that. We're all soul beings on a journey. There is no hierarchy. There are just different levels of frequency, and we need to be aware of that, and we need to respect that. And in that respect, we care for ourselves. In that respect, we hold space for other people, but we also hold boundaries in place. And so I hope that has helped. If you have taken value from this video, please press that like button, share and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one. Bye-bye.